In this demonstration, we're going to look at the Windows Firewall. The purpose of the Windows Firewall is to block harmful connections coming into my machine, and by default it is enabled on your Windows operating system. So what we've done here is we've just come to our client machine, and what we're going to do from this point here is just try to ping one of our servers. So what we'll do here, we'll just come to our command prompt, we'll just ping our server, and what we should find is that the request fails. So the next thing we're going to do here is we're going to allow that server to receive pings. So we'll just Control C at this point here, and we'll just move over to the server itself. So here we are, we've just come into the Windows Firewall with advanced security. The next thing we're going to do here is we are just going to create a rule. So if we just go for new rule, and then what we're going to do on the rule here, we're going to go for a custom rule. What we're going to do with this custom rule, we're going to say all programs are allowed to use this rule. Also as well, we want protocol type. We're just going to go for an ICMP version 4, which is my ping, and what we want to do with this ping here is we want to allow it to come through. So now we'll just select next, and what we want to do here is we just want to specify which local IP address does this rule apply to. So it applies to any address and remote addresses. What we'll do here is we just specify the IP address of our remote machine. So if we select the add button here, our remote machine is 10.10.0.50. And then what we'll do here is we'll just select OK, and then we'll select next, and on the action here we'll allow this connection, select next. We'll apply to all profiles even though we're just reusing the domain profile. Select next, and what we'll do here is we'll just call this allow CL for client, and we'll select our finish button. Now that we've put that in place, the next thing to do is to actually test this. Right, we'll come back to our client, so all we'll do here is we'll just go back to the ping, hit the enter key, and as we can see now, we're now getting a reply back. So what we've done there is we've created a little firewall rule that allows ICMP from this client device. Right, so now we'll just swap out the server. So on the server, back in the Windows Firewall, what we're going to do here is we're just going to come back to advanced settings again. Then on advanced settings here, what we're going to do is come to our connection security rules. So the purpose of the connection security rule is to allow us to validate devices before they communicate with each other. So what we'll do here is we'll just create a new rule. So we're going to go for new rule. Then we're going to go for isolation. So as you can see here, this restricts connections based on authentication criteria such as domain membership or health status. We've got an authentication exemption, so do not authenticate connections from specified computers. Server to server, authenticate connection between the specified computers. We can create a tunnel between two computers, for example routers, and we can create our own custom rule as well. We're going to go for isolation and select next. On the requirements page, what we're going to go for here is we're going to require authentication for inbound connections and then request authentication for outbound connections. Then we'll select next. On our authentication method, what we're going to do here is we're just going to click the advanced and select customize. Then what we need to do is we need to specify an authentication method. So we'll select add. And what we're going to go for here is we're going to go for a pre-share key, not recommended. We should really be using one of the more secure type methods. But all we're going to do here is stick in our pre-shared key of password, and then at this point here we'll just select OK. Now that we've done that, we'll just select OK again, and then select next, and then select next, because we're just going to stick with the default profile. And in the case of the name here, what we're going to call this is just require inbound authentication. Right, so now we've done that, we'll just select finish, and we've now done that. Now the next thing we'll do is we'll do exactly the same thing on our client machine. So that's already been done. So now what we've done here is just swap back over to my client machine. So my client machine, as we can see, we also have an authentication rule in place. So let's just launch back up the command prompt. So as you can see, we are on the client machine. And then what we'll do here is we'll just try to ping the server again. So we'll do ping 10.10.0.11, hit the enter key, and as we can see, we're connected through. So if we just close this down again, And what we'll now do, if we just come down to our monitoring tab here, if we just extend our monitoring tab here, if we look at our security associations, and if we look at just security association here, we can see that we are authenticated by using our pre-share key. And that's the end of this demonstration of using the Windows Firewall to restrict network communications, or, put another way, to allow network communications. Thank you.